my name is Tasha Perez. Welcome to Quiet Waters Wellness Center. I chose to do my second video outside of the office, and unfortunately, Carrie, my assistant, was not able to join us today. So I'm missing you, Carrie, if you're watching this video. Today we're going to discuss just a couple things that I think is important for us to remember for at-home care, just to keep us healthy. All right, so the first thing that I would like to talk about today are teas. We have fresh tea and we have tea that comes in tea bags, pre-made tea. Fresh tea, I personally prefer tea that I can make at home for my family, usually ginger, garlic, cinnamon, cayenne pepper, and those are my go-tos. I would like to also add in that turmeric. Turmeric is also very good because it helps boost the immune system, it reduces inflammation, and it's a huge antioxidant. You can couple those together and make yourself a really nice fresh tea. The important thing to remember about turmeric is that it needs black pepper to aid in the absorption of it when you're taking it in. So remember that. And if you can't get fresh turmeric, there's also powdered turmeric, okay? Now, bag teas. For bag teas, there's your heart's desire. There's apple cinnamon, there's ginger, there's jasmine, chamomile, peppermint, vanilla bean, whatever. But I want you to remember the most thing that is very important is that it's all alkaline, which leads me into what I'm going to talk about next. Alkaline. So we're going to touch on this a little bit. I want you to know that it's important that we eat a well-balanced meal of 75% alkaline producing foods to 25% acidic producing foods to maintain proper health. What does that mean for us? Basically eating lots of fruits and vegetables, fresh fruits and vegetables, if at all possible. I know sometimes we can't get that. Sometimes it's canned foods or frozen foods, especially during this time of quarantine, but it doesn't matter to me how you get it in, as long as you're doing at least 75% of alkaline forming foods. Some examples of that would be like cucumbers, seeded watermelon, dark green leafy vegetables, avocado, seeds, nuts. Some fruits would be like papaya, dates, berries, banana. But with banana, it's high in sugar content, okay? So now we're going to talk about what that means in our body, acid and alkaline. You're hearing me talk about this stuff. What we need to know is that the pH of our blood ranges from 7.36 to 7.44. And what does that look like on the pH scale? Well, 1 being that it's most acidic, 7 being neutral, and 14 being the most alkaline. So we want to keep our blood pH in that range of neutrality. Some things to know about that: if we're eating too much foods such as animal protein, sugar, caffeine, and processed food, that causes the body to work much harder to bring back that homeostasis and neutrality. So we want to avoid consuming too much acidic forming foods. We talked a lot about pH, and you're probably wondering, how would I find out what my blood pH is? Very good question. I want to encourage you to go online and you can order test strips. The test strips can be done via saliva or urine testing. With that being said, the best time to test for your blood pH is 1 hour before you eat your meal or 2 hours after you've eaten a meal. And that will give you a more correct guidelines as to what your pH level is. The next point I'd like to bring up with you is intermittent fasting. So we talked a little bit about foods, alkaline foods and acidic foods. Here's where intermittent fasting helps us, especially now this weekend that it's Easter weekend. A lot of us are preparing meals for our families, and there's the tendency to overeat. Now, if you're eating more protein takes longer to digest in the body, especially animal protein. So you want to eat more vegetables. They take less time to digest and break down in our stomach. What happens when we have food stay, especially if we're overeating? It stays, it ferments, and then you have disease that starts to brew, especially when we're stressed and under conditions like we are. We want to aid our digestion and help it to do what it's supposed to do properly. So my recommendation is eating more fruits and vegetables, less animal protein. How the intermittent fasting is going to help is that some people chose to do 6 hours or 12 hours that they abstain from food and then they start their meal. That allows your stomach to empty completely. Your digestive juices, the acids in your stomach, will break down everything in there, as opposed to continuous eating and your stomach not having the opportunity to rest, to digest, and absorb the nutrients that you're
Just
giving.
to recap, we talked briefly about the different types of teas, alkalinity in the body, acid and alkaline, our blood levels, where it needs to range on the pH scale, intermittent fasting, and how you can go about testing your blood. So with that being said, I would like to thank you for joining me on my video. I wish my co-host was here. Carrie, I miss you terribly. Please continue to watch for more videos. This is Tasha Perez with Quiet Waters Wellness Center. Thanks again. Enjoy your weekend. Well-balanced meal. You want to eat foods that are ranging from that will help maintain the body's homeostasis. Things like eating fresh vegetables, fruits of that nature. You want to this helps to maintain the proper homeostasis in the body. What does that mean for us? You want to eat. I didn't ask you to.
Well, you can't